Good morning. Let's start the topic, current affairs topic, daily discussion. So the first topic will be very important. This is regarding the discovery of lithium in Jammu and Kashmir, the most chased after minerals right now. Okay. Okay. World Bank study suggests that demand for critical material. Okay. In this context, why India's lithium discovery is fraught with social and environmental risk. News of the discovery of 5.9 million tons of inferred resources lithium in the Sal Ayman area, Resi district, Jammu Kashmir, by the Geological Survey of India has received as a game changer in India's impending transition to a green economy. Because we are right now going for more that EV for electric vehicles, so lithium iron battery are becoming very important for India. And India don't have the reserve. India always import it. So based on this, okay, so discovery of lithium in Jammu Kashmir is really a very good news for India. The term inferred refers to preliminary exploration stage, the second of a four-step process according to Mines and Mineral Development Exploration Act 1957. It is inferred means the just located at the Geological Survey of India. No substantial progress has been made. So this may have a prospective mining and it will be mined. Okay. Okay. So why this significant? Lithium-ion batteries are used in wind turbines, solar panels, and electric vehicles, all of which are crucial in green economy, environmentally sustainable economy, green economy. All these battery are used in wind turbines, solar panels, electric vehicles, and all of which are very, very crucial as part of the green economy being developed around the world. So also in India, the future source of energy and economy. World Bank study suggests that the demand for critical metals such as lithium and cobalt is expected to rise by nearly 500% by 2050. And the global electric vehicle market is projected to reach 800 to 3.75 billion by 2030, registering a compound annual growth rate of 18.2% from 2021 to 2030. And India's market is projected to register a compound annual growth rate of 23.76% by 2028. India is seeking to secure its critical mineral supplies and build self-sufficiency in this sector. Unfortunately, when India is going to develop in this sector, this discovery is no doubt a very good news for India. As India currently imports all of its lithium from Australia and Argentina, and 70% of its lithium-ion cell equipment from China and Hong Kong, the lithium reserves in Jammu Kashmir could boost the domestic battery manufacturing industry. If the perceived size of the mineral reserve in Jammu Kashmir is one or with further exploration, India could jump ahead of China vis-a-vis its lithium stockpile. So, because the Chinese and the monopoly of China and Taiwan in this domain, so can be taken over by India, not only for itself but globally. If this discovery is uh, can be really explored by the government, fine, and by the agency. The Jammu Kashmir region will also help advance the Indian government's ambitious plan of 30% EV penetration in private car, 70% for commercial vehicles, and 80% for two and three wheelers by 2030. For the automobile industry, they will strengthen India's national mission on transformative mobility and battery storage as well, because India has an ambitious plan to change from the fossil fuel to the battery powered or electric power vehicles. Critical mineral dependency constitutes a major geostrategic concern in the transition to net zero carbon energy system. In the present scenario, as countries seek to avoid dependency and vulnerabilities related to critical minerals, the latter are likely to be at least as important as oil and gas in the near future. A high level dependence on China for lithium ion and other crucial metals and their derivatives are also perceived to be source of energy security risk for India. Fine. China currently controls 77% of the global lithium ion battery manufacturing capacity and is home to six of the world's 10 manufacturing companies. As a result, the European Union and the US, Canada, India, and other major economies have been trying to leverage alternative supplies that can challenge China's geopolitical dominance in this particular area. For example, responding to perceived national security concern, Canadian government asked Chinese companies to divest from Canadian lithium mining companies in the recent past. Fine. So to have its own control in its own hand. Hong Kong, China, USA, Indonesia, Singapore, Japan, Korea. Some of the country having the reserve. The growing geopolitical rivalry with China makes India security consideration more immediate as well. Especially also in light of the long-standing and recently escalating territorial and border dispute. To reduce dependence on China, the Indian government and industry are pushing for a rare earth mission to exploit the country's critical mineral reserve, which accounts for 6% of the world's rare earth reserve prior to the discovery of lithium in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. The new discovery has more geostrategic implication considering the geopolitical sensitivity of its wider location. Although Riasi is in the relatively more stable Jammu region, the Union Territory of Jammu Kashmir, previously state, has been the site of historical cross-border tension between India and Pakistan, domestic insurgency, and terrorism. The local populace is not meaningfully engaged in the impending lithium extraction project, resulting in tension could lead to disruption and more instability. Where does India get lithium from? In 21-22, India's lithium import were $22.15 million. Hong Kong, China, and USA were the top three sources from where India imported its lithium requirement. The application of lithium in renewable energy infrastructure often obscures its significant environmental consequences, which vary according to the source. Extracting lithium from hard rock mines, similar to what has already been proposed in Jammu Kashmir, entitles open pit mining followed by roasting the ore using fossil fuels. Industry estimates suggest that this process consumes 170 cubic meters of water and releases 15 ton of CO2 for every ton of lithium extracted. So its extraction is a very polluting affair. So not only energy consuming but also a big source of pollution. Lithium mining and lithium extraction is a very polluting process. Open pit mining, refining, and waste disposal from this process substantially degrades the environment, including depletes and contaminates waterways and groundwater, diminishes biodiversity, and releases considerable air pollution. This said, the geological context of mining in Jammu Kashmir differs from Australia, which has the largest lithium stock in hard rock mines in one major way. In Australia, lithium bearing pegamite deposits are found in the ancient geological regions of Pilbara and Ilgarn, Carton, whose continental rock have been stable for over a billion years. The Himalaya, on the other hand, is the youngest mountain range in the world and is much more unstable, as evidenced by the ongoing tragedy in Joshimath area in Uttarakhand. Incident of land sinking have also been reported from a village in Doda district Chenab Valley, which extends to some part of the Reshi. That means it is a geological unstable area. In the densely populated countries of India, socio-environmental effect of mining are likely to be far worse than they have been in Australia and likely comparable to lithium extraction in South America. Okay, what can we learn from South America? In India, as India embarks on its new journey, it It could learn from the experience of South American countries, especially the lithium triangle of Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina, which contain roughly half of the world's known lithium. In Bolivia and Chile, a lithium extraction has been either in the hands of the state or requires mining company to enter into a contract with the state-owned company for any lithium mining activity inside their territory. Fine. In April 2022, Mexican lawmakers introduced reforms to create a state-owned entity to extract, process, and sell lithium and outlaw all direct private investment and production in the lithium sector. Even so, lithium mining has had adverse socio-environmental consequences in the region, testing its law meant to protect indigenous people. In 2019, Chile's environmental regulators approved a 25 million compliance plan for the lithium miners (SQM) charged with overdrawing lithium-rich brine from the Salar de Atacama salt flat. However, the company failed to satisfy authority, who reversed their decision in 2020. In September 2021, the Atacama Indigenous Council appealed to regulator, citing constant danger and called for the temporary suspension of the SQM environmental approvals for its mining activity. That means where lithium is mined, so there is lot of environmental issue and other threat to the local habitats. That is why adequate care should be taken by the government in India before the lithium mining is permitted here. Okay. Okay. So this is what the report before the government of India. Before government of India taken decision, these global incidents should be taken into consideration. In August 2022, Chilean regulator approved an updated compliance plan worth $52 million, in which SQM proposed to work with both the regulator and the local community to address environmental infractions. Indigenous resistance and increased awareness of the environmental impact of lithium mining has promoted global car makers, including Mercedes-Benz and Volkswagen, to look for lithium mine with the lowest socio-economical impact. Other corporations are making similar amends. Battery Mineral Resources Corporation recently signed an agreement with the Comunidad Agricola Petroleros Alto and a Comunidad Agricola Punitacu, another mining giants. Monumental Minerals signed an agreement with the Acunituri indigenous community in Chile for 40 exploration concessions totaling 8500 hectares at the Salar de Turi Lee project. So that means company directly entering into agreement with the local community for the extraction. While such comparison must account for inter-regional differences, the development point to the importance of a strong regulatory apparatus that can address both the environmental and the social consequences of lithium mining. But safeguard does India mining sector have? State government, okay, state government official Jammu Kashmir have said plans for lithium exploration will involve local communities, will also be prioritized for job in exploration and mining development. Yet employment in mining may not fully offset the consequences of the local agriculture, animal husbandry and tourism sectors. So this is an additional one. Okay, so then the state government officials Jammu Kashmir have said plans for lithium exploration will involve local community who will also be prioritized for job and exploration and mining development. Yet employment in mining may not fully offset the consequences on local agriculture, animal husbandry and tourism, which are the existing stable sectors in Jammu and Kashmir. In recognition of local efforts in mining in 2015, Lok Sabha amended the Mining Mineral Development and Regulation Act (MMDR) Act 1957 to establish the District Mineral Foundation (DMF). The DMF is a non-profit statutory trust for every Indian district affected by mining-related operation that should work for the interest and benefit of the persons and area affected by mining-related operations. In practice, the DMF have become sites of centralized bureaucratic control without meaningful public participation on account or accountability. It is being kept with the district collector, so he had the discretion to send it. For example, a siege audit in 2022 noted that district collectors of Bokaro, Dhanbad, and Ranchi incurred an expenses of 1568.04 crore from DMF without identifying the area affected by mining or a list of affected people. Ironically, the auditor were denied access to documents related to the functioning of the state level monitoring committee. That means so the DMF funds are being totally misused by the government or the bureaucrats or the persons in charge of that. Fine. Okay. So this is what how these funds are being misused has been reported by the C and AG, but still no substantial action taken to improve the situation. 130. The general failure of DMF adds to concern expressed by environmentalists and concerned citizens about the recent history of weakening of the environmental impact assessment framework. The geostat equally importantly, the most effective use of lithium reserves should be for the most important part of the renewable energy transition, which could also add the goal of already addressing energy poverty and sustainable development. To these ends, reducing luxury consumption and promoting public transport should also be an important part of the agenda of a just transition. Okay, so this is what the discovery of lithium in Jammu Kashmir is no doubt a very good information for Indian future green energy requirement. But a lot of care must be taken for the mining involving local people, because it's pollution, heavy pollution with this mining may will have its adverse impact on the location, on the locality, localites, as well as the environment. So the localites interests have to be protected. All these informations, all these factors must be taken into consideration before allowing the mining of lithium in India. Fine. The second news about the IT department survey on not RAID survey on BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. The Income Department recently conducted survey at the premises of the British Broadcasting Corporation in Delhi and Mumbai. So what it conducted? Not RAID. So don't confuse it for RAID. So conducted survey. Okay, and survey and IT RAID. IT raid and IT survey are totally two different things. Under the law, these are survey being carried out. The survey at the BBC office are being carried out under various provisions of the IT Act 1961, such as Section 133A, which gives the IT department the power to carry out survey to collect hidden information. The provisions for survey were incorporated into the Act through the amendment carried out in 1964. Section 133A allow an authorized officer to enter any place or business or profession or charitable activity within their jurisdiction to verify the books of accounts and other documents, cash, stock, and other valuable articles of things. Fine. Okay. So an IT authority may during the survey make an inventory of the of any such cash, stock, or other valuables. It may record the statement of anyone or place mark on identification on the book and documents or take their extract or copies. The IT authority may also impound and retain any book of account or other documents after recording reasons for doing so. However, to retain such books for more than 15 days, excluding holidays, prior approval of a senior officer, including the principal chief commissioner, or principal director general or director general or principal commissioner or commissioner must be obtained by the raid conducting IT officers or authority. The provisions of the impounding or seizing the goods are introduced only by the Finance Act 2002. What is IT search? A search typically refers to what is called a raid. Although the word raid has not been defined anywhere in the Income Tax Act, however, search has been defined under Section 132 of the IT Act. Under this section, the IT department may carry out a process of inspection by entering and searching any building where it has reason to believe someone is in possession of undisclosed income or property like money, bullion, gold, etc. An IT search can even be carried out when any person to whom a summon or notice has been or might be issued will not or would not produce or cause to be produced any book of account or other documents which will be useful or relevant to any proceeding under the Act. The Act said that during a search, any unauthorized officer, including the deputy or any authorized officer, the deputy director of inspection, inspection assistant commissioner, assistant director or inspection, or income tax officer can enter and search any building or place where he has reason to suspect that such book of accounts, other documents, money, bullion, jewelry, or other valuable articles or things are kept. Break open the lock of any door, box, locker, safe, almirah, or other receptacles for exercising the powers conferred by the clause where the key thereof are not available. Seize any such book of accounts, other documents, money, bullion, jewelry, or other valuables, articles, or things found as a result of such. Place mark of identification or any book of account or other documents to make or cause to be extract or copy therefrom. Make a note or an inventory of any such money, bullion, jewelry, or other valuable articles or things. What is the difference between a search and a survey? Then a search is a more serious proceeding than a survey with larger consequences. Search are defined under Section 132 can take place anywhere within the jurisdiction of the authorized official. A survey under Section 133A(1) can only be conducted within the limit of the area assigned to the officer or at any place occupied by any person in respect of whom the exercises jurisdiction, at which a business or profession or an activity for a charitable purpose is carried out. Also, survey can be carried out only during working hours on business days, whereas a search can happen on any day after sunrise and continue until the procedure are completed and can continue overnight. Finally, while the scope of a survey is limited to the inspection of the books and verification of the cash and inventory, in a search, the entire premises can be inspected to unravel undisclosed assets with the help of the police. So, search and survey are two different things, but normally so raid is completely different. Although raid has not been mentioned anywhere, but search and survey are two different activity. Okay, the next topic is a quality topic. So, in the post of deputy speaker, okay, the Supreme Court issued notice to the center and the five states, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and Jharkhand, for the failure to elect a deputy speaker to their legislative body. Okay, so constitutional status. Article 93 deals with the position of the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Article 178 contains the corresponding provisions of Speaker and Deputy Speaker in the Legislative Assembly of the state. It is mandatory to have a Deputy Speaker. Both Article 93 and 178 use the word "shall", indicating that election of Deputy Speaker is mandatory for the or as per the Constitution, under the Constitution. Article 93 for the Lok Sabha and Article 170 for the State Assembly mention as soon as may be, but they do not lay down the specific time frame. In general, the practice is both in both Lok Sabha and the State Assembly has been to elect the Speaker in the first session of the new House. The election of the okay. In general, the practice in Lok Sabha and the State Assembly has been to elect the Speaker during the first session of the new House. The election of the Deputy Speaker usually take place in the second session. Fine. Okay, so the rules of procedure and conduct of business in Lok Sabha say election of deputy speaker shall be held on such day as speaker may fix. The deputy speaker is elected once a month. Motion proposing his name is carried in the house. Once elected, the deputy speaker will continue office for the entire life of the house. And the speaker removal under Article 94 and Article 179 of state legislature, the speaker or deputy speaker shall vacate his office if he ceased to be a member of the house. They may also resign to each other, may be removed from office by resolution of the house of the people passed by a majority of all the then members of the house. By majority, the officers, the Speaker of Lok Sabha and the Deputy Speaker, Speaker Deputy Lok Sabha, and the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly can be removed. Article 59 and 95 1 say that while the office of Speaker is vacant, the duty of the office shall be performed by the Deputy Speaker. In case the office of the Speaker, the vacant, Deputy Speaker takes over the duty of the Speaker. In general, the Deputy Speaker has the same power as the Speaker when presiding over the sitting of the House. It has been repeatedly held that no appeal lies to the Speaker against ruling given by the Deputy Speaker or any person presiding over the House in the absence of the Speaker. Fine. Can the court intervene in case of a delay in electing the speaker? In 2021, a petition was filed before the Delhi High Court which argued that delaying the election of deputy speaker violated Article 93, Power Rarely and Speaker in Lok Sabha. However, there is no precedent of a court forcing the legislature to elect the deputy speaker. So, nowhere since the imposition that coming into force of the constitution, so there is no such. Okay. So in 2021, a petition was filed in this. However, there is no precedent of a court forcing the legislature to elect the deputy speaker. Though never ever in the Indian parliamentary history, so the court has never forced the legislature to elect the deputy speaker. Okay. Court usually do not intervene in the procedural conduct of the parliament. Article 122 1 says that the validity of any proceeding in parliament shall not be called in question on the ground of any alleged irregularity or procedure. However, the court do have jurisdiction to at least inquire into why there has been no election to the post of deputy speaker since the constitution does envisage an election as soon as may be possible. Fine. So, in case there is no deputy speaker and the speaker is not available, so there is a standstill. So, to overcome that situation, the office of the deputy speaker is elected. Okay. Then the next is the Bimaru cap. Recently, the Prime Minister used the Bimaru term in the context of Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. Okay. So Bimaru acronym has been used to refer to Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh to imply They have lagged in terms of economic growth, healthcare, and education. What do Bimaru states mean? Bimaru means sickly in Hindi. The term was used to highlight the backwardness, especially with regard to poor performance of demographic indicators and contribution to population explosion. So that's these two tags made some state the branding of Bimaru. Okay, these states have exceptionally high level of mortality, morbidity, illiteracy, higher fertility, undernutrition, and social inequality, and lag behind in per capita income in comparison to other states. It was coined by Assis Bose in 1980 to pinpoint India's demographic malady. Bose mainly argued that from a family planning and population control perspective, these four states with high population growth rate are likely to offset the gain made elsewhere in the country like Kerala. Role of Bimaru states in population growth. On the key demographic indicator, total fertility rate or TFR, there are now two distinct Indians, one on the road to achieving replacement level and one still in a long distance of. So some states are able to achieve the replacement level and some are away behind this. The rational goal of reaching a stabilizing population, maintaining taper of 2.2 was achieved recently. Bimaru states accounted for 41% of India's population in 2001 and will account for 43.5% in 2026, which has political implications. Population in Indian states also dictates the delimitation process or the number of seats allocated to them in parliament and also in their own assembly. Currently, the seats are proportional to the Indian population as of 1971 census. It was frozen until 2001, extended till 2026 to give states time to meet family planning goals. Fine. How has Bimaru been used over time? The Bimaru tag has been used to criticize the parties in power in these states and also to show cuts. Okay. So in 2012, the average growth rate of the five tourist states exceeded the national average for the first time in any plan period. Niti Aayog in 2019-20 Health Index also ranked Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, UP the highest to lowest order at the last four positions out of 19 large states. As per the IIM Ahmedabad study of total and rural government hospitals per million people, all the Bimar states are below the national average of 20.74 except Rajasthan. Fine. So that means the Bimaru states are still backward. Okay. Swami Dayananda the writing answer. So Swami Dayananda Saraswati idea contributed immensely towards the socio-religious reforms of the 19th century. Discuss the main ideas and contributions of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Swami Dayananda Saraswati was one of the most influential figure of the 19th century India. A believer in the supreme authority of the Vedas, he established the Arya Samaj in 1875, leading a reform movement within Orthodox Hinduism. He was given the epithet of Maharshi and is considered one of the markers of modern India, or makers of modern India. Main ideas and contribution of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Veda, the mine of knowledge. Swami Dayananda put emphasis on the Veda and gave his slogan, Go back to Vedas. He emphasized that Indian society can be reformed and reconstructed by following the Vedic practices. Fine. Arya Samaj was a monotheistic Hindu order that rejected the ritualistic excesses and social dogma of Orthodox Hinduism and promoted a united Hindu society based on Vedic teachings. The Samaj directs its members to condemn ritualistic practices like the idol worship, pilgrimage and bathing in holy rivers, animal sacrifice, offering in temples, sponsoring priesthoods, etc. Crucial among his 10 founding principles of Arya Samaj the idea that all activities must be done for the benefit of mankind as a whole. The educational reforms, Maharishi Dayananda was fully convinced that the lack of knowledge was the main culprit behind the adulteration of Hinduism. He set up several gurukulas to teach his followers the knowledge of the Vedas. Okay. Inspired by his belief, teaching, and ideas, his disciples established the Dayanand Anglo-Vedic College, Trust, and Management Society. The first DAV High School was established at Rahore in 1886. Social reforms, Swami Dayanand spearheaded his crusade against the caste system and untouchability. Citing the Vedas, he claimed that caste is not supposed to be hereditary, but rather based on an individual's talent and disposition. Furthermore, he was against the practice of untouchability, which he believed was an outcome of centuries of Brahmanical domination. He advocated Vedic education for all castes. Championed the cause of women. His views on women were also against the gain of Orthodox Hindu thinking at the time. He championed for the education of women and created provisions for them to read in DAV schools and colleges. He accepted the right of women over property. He opposed child marriage and argued in favor of legislation to stop this evil practice. He also condemned polygamy and polyandry. Contribution towards Indian nationalism. He injected a sense of pride and dignity. Okay, so he injected a sense of pride and dignity in every Indian by unfolding the glorious cultural heritage of this land before them. India for Indians was his doctrine. He also emphasized that unless India broke the cycles of economic and political uh, uh, of the control of the Europeans, it will not be independent, not be able to attain independence. He used the word Swaraj and emphasized Swadeshi. His teaching has considerable influence on the nationalists of that time, such as Subhash Chandra Bose, Lala Lajpat Rai, Madam Kama, and Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. Swami Dayanand Saraswati is ranked highest among the makers of modern India. He worked tirelessly for the political, religious, and cultural emancipation of the country. Today, his legacy carried on through the Arya Samaj centers found across India, as well as Dayananda Anglo-Vedic schools, or DV schools and colleges established all over the country. Okay, which have emerged as a good school of imparting education and knowledge to the students. Okay, with then come to the MCQs. So, with reference to the lithium, consider the following statement: it has the lowest density of all metals. It is it is correct. Okay. It is used in rechargeable battery for mobile phones, laptops, digital camera, and electric vehicles. Right. Lithium is a rare element abundantly available in India. It is incorrect. So only 3 is incorrect. That means answer is C. 3 is incorrect. So answer is C. Then what is or are purposes of District Mineral Foundation in India? Promoting mineral exploration activity in mineral districts. Okay, is not the activity of the DMF. Protecting the interest of the persons affected by the mining operations. This is correct. Authorized state government to issue license for mineral exploration. It's not the activity of the DMF. Only 2 is correct. So answer is B. Then 3, lithium triangle, often mentioned in news, which of the following country can be associated. Lithium triangle covers Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina, all South American countries. So 1, 2, 3. The 3 are South American country called the lithium triangle of the world. Then the BIMARU acronym has been used to refer which of the following states to imply they have lagged in terms of economic growth. B for Bihar, M for Madhya Pradesh, uh, R for Rajasthan, and E for Uttar Pradesh. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, Uttarakhand was created subsequently, but only these four. B for Bihar, M for Madhya Pradesh, MA for Madhya Pradesh, RA for Rajasthan, and EP for Uttarakhand, U for Uttar Pradesh. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 means D is the right answer. Then recently Supreme Court issued notice to the centre and 5 states, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and Jharkhand, over the failure to elect a deputy speaker. The reference to this consider the following statement. The date of election of the post of deputy speaker is decided by the president. No, by the speaker, not by the president. Decided by the speaker of the house. Like deputy prime minister, deputy speaker does not mention in the constitution. There is a clear mention about the deputy speaker of the constitution. So both are so neither one nor two are correct. Answer is D. Then with reference to IT Act 1961, consider the following. Search as defined under section 132 can take place anywhere within the jurisdiction of the authorized official. Okay, that is called search. Okay, so a survey under section 133A1 can only be conducted within the limit of an area assigned to an officer at which business or profession or activity for a charitable purpose is carried out. So in this case, both 1 and 2 are correct. Okay. Then a report called Global Sea Level Rise and Implications recently released by the which of the following organization? The World Meteorological Organization, WMO, an United Nations agency, has reported about this. Has published a report called the Global Sea Level Rise and its implication. It was released by the World Meteorological Organization, WMO. Then the term B1B Lancers often mentioned in news is related to which of the following? But the term B1B Lancer. B1B Lancer is a it is an aircraft. Okay. B1B Lancer is an aircraft. Okay. Then coming to which among the following one is least water efficient crop? So definitely the millet. So is a water efficient crop. That means very less water is required for millet cultivation. So that is why it is called as a okay. Which of the following each are the aim of Digital India plan of the government of India? Formation of India's own internet company like the China did. Establish a policy framework to encourage. Okay, so this is incorrect. Establish a policy framework to encourage oversee multinational corporations that collect big data to build their large data centers within our national geographical boundary. No. Connect many of our villages to the internet and bearing Wi-Fi to many of our schools, public places, and major tourist spots. Okay. So what is the digital India is the option is 3 is most appropriate. So it will be the right answer. This way, our today's discussion regarding the Delhi current affairs is almost over. So keep on watching regularly to update yourself about the development.